start this video log. I am at work. Most people don't believe me when I say I do all of my stuff at work. But I want to start this video log because I am on a mission to do better with my painting. I also do like to sculpt my own miniatures and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do this to keep me motivated, keep me sane, and I'm going to get started with that. So this is the first time I've been doing this. I'm not really used to any type of video editing skills or anything like that. I downloaded a free thing on Google Play, but I will incorporate what I'm doing. This summer, I entered at Gencon, and I was so excited about some of the figures I painted. I had done some sculpting for Marcus out of Where Weevil Miniatures, and I thought they were really good, and he loved them. He's put them in his store, and then I did I did the champion as well. One of the ones I did was one that he did not produce because he said the way the molds would work on it was very tough, which I totally understand. But it was based off of Gut Rot Supreme, but more importantly, it was based off of David Soper's work. So, but it was my own take. So it still had a trident. The trident itself was like ammonite shells. And then, of course, the head set a little bit lower. Still had the same possessed body. I do need to get some glue to put some of that tacky stuff to make those strings for to make it look wet and sticky and gross. So I did that one, and he was going to be in a base up looking at another champion. And the next piece I did, I was like, okay, I want to do like a corn guy with a giant axe. And this was something out of my own head. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I started sculpting the axe, and I started sculpting the guy, and it came out really, really well. I was really more happy with it. But it was strange because the stylized I did in it was very interesting because I did it a little bit more ways with shadows. So because of that, I had to actually make the effect. And the effect was that it was going to go inside of a cave. So you had the one champion looking up and you had the other champion looking down, but the champion with the shadows was overhanging in sort of like it was like a skull. And I'll put pictures up so you guys can see it. But and I thought I painted him very well. The judges, on the other hand, did not like the texture. They did not like the cave. They did not like the stonework. They thought it was very generic looking. They said my figures are painted very well, but they didn't like the other stuff. So that being said, I decided to take them out and do individual bases. So then a new thought came to me. It's like, okay, I'm going to start putting these on their own individual bases. So the first one I did was the corn guy, and I basically put like a tiny little egg bot of a magic egg bot, but it's there has a little bit of Tzeentch influence there, and so I put it on the bottom, but to incorporate those shadows and those cool textures and shades that were coming up on the other guy, I had to paint it down. That was something I've never done before. That I have to give a lot of credit to people to do that. It was very tough to mute all the colors to make it look like that. And so I stuck him up there, and of course he's possessed. He's got his arm out there, and that was something I thought was really cool. And he's done. Like, I got to finish up like some of the base work, but he's pretty much done. The next one I started working on was the piece I already had done, which was the Gut Rot Supreme based off of David Soper's work. But I had to make it so that it looked very cool with the base. Now I still have to pour some resin in there, which I'm very scared. I've never done that before. So I hear people, it's like, it can come out great, it can come out terrible, and you're in your whole base, but we'll do that. The final piece that I'm working on, I have another piece that I'm asking Marcus to do for me, which is a Tzeentch champion. But the final one I'm doing is a Tzeentch one, and I'm doing it based off of another possessed champion. Wings, he's got extra arms because he's changing, and he's a sorcerer. So he's being worked on right now, and I'll show a picture of that later. But that's going to be my new thing. It's 4 guys of the 4 different chaos gods that are the chosen possessed, and they'll have their own individual stand, but on a base that's by itself together, so that they are together because they stand out on their own because they're chosen possessed. I hope the judges don't ding me on that one because they're not together. They are together because they're for chosen. So we'll see how that works. They might say yay, they might say nay. If I put them together even more, who knows? I thought about trying to push the bases together, but some of the bases are very, they'd be on top of each other and it wouldn't work out too well. So we'll see how that goes. And the whole goal is that my painting has regressed, and I don't know how to fix that other than to try to stay motivated. This last year, I was very inspired to do some of my own work, which is I take some of Marx's figures and I do sculpt on top of them. I have to give kudos to him. He, like, when he came out with his egg bots, I was like in a slump, and they totally inspired me. And I took one of those, he made a Juggernaut for me, which is a little angry egg botter inspired by corn, and put it on a Juggernaut, but it was called a Juggernaut, sort of a play on words, kind of fun. And then I took an older Nurgle egg bot, or the rotten one, and I put them off to the side. And it came out really brilliant. A lot of help from people, gave me advice on that over the time. Marcus, Yam, I think I was talking to Drew, Liz, Michelle, lots of people giving me advice on that how to fix it and make it better. And once again, I will say to everyone, if you have questions, you should always ask for your peers' advice. But anyway, so I've been working on that kind of stuff, and he just throws these guys out, and I just get inspired to like sort of create and sculpt and convert, and it's so neat. And so that's where I got the idea to do these chosen possessed, and I'm gonna try to do them back for next year's Gen Con. I told Vince, I gotta dethrone you, man. You've been on there way too long. I said, I'm coming for you, and he sort of was like, I bet. So just a fun little rivalry type things, and that's a fun, healthy competition. So that's the end of this video log. I'm gonna post the first picture inside of this so you can see what it looks like, and I'll show some work in progress videos of it as well, or work in progress pictures, I should say. Once again, I'm pretty new to all of this stuff. So anyways,